You want me to record it?
Sure, just in
Well,
case.
you already are.
Welcome to the
Okay,
Instagram Pipe
take
Makers.
two.
Welcome to the Instagram Pipe Makers Club podcast for the September challenge. Nate, would you please read the challenge?
I would love to. This is for the month of September. Goodbye, summer. Hello, fall. My personal favorite time of year. Sweater weather. Cool, crisp evenings, hot chocolate, spiked, of course, with marshmallows and whipped cream. The leaves changing colors. Think sitting outside on the front porch just as the sun is going down in a rocker. Watching your neighbor getting yelled at by his wife. Another one chasing a dog that got out. Kids riding their bikes in the street, menacing cars going by. But you get to sit and enjoy it all while smoking a pipe, inspired by the season. Fall colors in the finish and the stem. A shape that harkens to sitting in a rocking chair with a chamber that allows time to contemplate your day and the reason you still live next to these lunatics.
It was a fourth try at that, and you still screwed it up.
I don't read good, Justin. I
I,
don't read good.
I ain't a good reader. And it's like doing it with Mike, with the record button. But we're good now, right,
Yeah, we're
Kirk?
good. Yep. All right, we'll
Okay,
just jump right into this.
slide us
you, you,
over there.
you want to take it to the top? Is that what we said? When we start over again?
No,
No,
no, no, no, no, no.
no. Where's
We've
that?
already suffered through that enough, Nate. We don't need that anymore.
All right, let's get into the first pipe. From Who Dat Pipeworks.
This is from PM Whitmore, Briar number 48, the coffee pipe. The length is 5.95 inches. Chamber diameter is 0.83 inches. Chamber depth is 1.65 inches. Bowl height is 2 inches. The stem is acrylic. It has a mood ring accent ring, carbonized bowl coating. Let's see. Yeah,
Let me
I
ask you,
really like.
how do you guys feel about acrylic stems in general?
I don't mind them. I really don't have any preference on stem material.
Okay.
I mean, I have pipes with all kinds of different materials, so
I mean,
I
I,
don't.
I can appreciate an acrylic stem like on a cob or something like that.
Mhm.
It adds, there's just a lot more color variations and combinations with them. I was just curious.
There was a time where I contemplated before I got into artisan pipes, there was a time I contemplated only having acrylic stems.
Really?
hmm
For what reason?
I tend to tear vulcanite to pieces with my saliva. It just decays rapidly.
You should try one of the bit things that Nate
Oh,
Uh,
it's
uses.
softy bit. That's a great
A
idea.
softy bit. That would.
The saliva still gets in there.
That's a great idea.
All right, so let's go on to this pipe. You were gonna say, Nate?
I think it's beautiful. I kind of dig the mood ring thing. I like how it changes colors. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that I never even thought of that. That's a awesome idea.
It's just
I that is just an amazing concept, especially for the full season of the pipe.
I really like his color choice for the stem and the fact that he calls it the coffee pipe.
Mhm.
I think it's very accurate color wise. I really like the way it flows, and that mood ring really sets it off. I think it's a pretty cool freaking pipe.
Nate
I love
still loves
everything
the
about
ring.
this. Yeah, everything about this. I love the color combination. That mood ring is just a great touch. But yeah, the coffee stem against that finish on the briar, absolutely beautiful. That's the fall season right there. That's you sitting back in the brown leaves and all. This
God,
is a
get it
hunter's.
together, man.
Why
Uh,
did there was a third picture?
There was not.
I love the grain on that. I I think it goes really well with the swirl and the vulcanite. I like that the accent ring is there. The mood ring. What is that? What you guys said it is?
Yeah.
I like the breakup between the two. I think it wouldn't look the same without the breakup.
Without that mood, or well, without any
Yeah,
insert over
it
there.
needed some sort of accent ring to break it up
Right.
because it would be very matchy with the stummel and the stem, and I like that.
But what I like is how the coffee color stem picks up the lighter tones of the finish. Really nice.
It kind of looks like one of your Nespressos, Jay. It's like dark on the bottom, it's light towards the top, that like caramel color.
It is just like my Nespresso that I'm having right now.
Do you have this pipe
Spiked, of
coming?
course.
Is this pipe coming to your house?
This pipe is not coming to my house. I do believe this was a commission piece that he did.
Oh, cool.
I know the other one is with the deer, with the antler. Go
Which
ahead, go there.
is next, his second pipe he made.
Now, personally, I've never been one to uh be attracted to pipes that have antler horn and everything else like that. Uh, on a cob, I can see it. John Keller. I think I have one from him like that. I can appreciate it on a cob because it's more organic against the cob. Um, and I know this is it's a beautiful piece. It's just not a piece for me, but it's absolutely beautiful. To do that itself, I know is not easy either. Uh, Finding the right piece of horn and everything, but I know this was a whole commission thing, and I was like with the stir. All right, so now that
Okay,
we're back
so
after Kirk's
we are
little
back
mishaps,
after our
all right, go back to the antler
sponsors.
pipe. So we'll finish that up.
This is going to seam together.
Sponsors. We have no sponsors.
All right.
All right. Do you guys have anything on this?
Well, I was going to echo your guys' sentiments about I don't usually like pipes with antler on them. I had got one recently. It's very minute amount of antler. It's just the accent ring. But I like I said, I don't usually like antler, but I think this is incredibly well done. I love the spike off the side.
Well, you see, now that's the one thing I do appreciate about it. He kind of kept it as organic as possible, not just smoothing it out and everything, and using it as a piece of horn, but leaving that in there adds to what it's supposed to be.
Was there a description on this one?
No.
No.
Well, I mean, there was like measurements. It just says deer antler shag, carbonized bowl coating,
Okay.
antler tip tamper, and custom tobacco tray.
He didn't use bacon grease to coat the bowl.
No, not this time. He didn't.
All right, go to the next one.
EP pipes.
He's just out of his mind. All the colors are there. This is a pipe for the fall. There's no doubt about that. I, go to that bottom left picture. It's just hard to, there isn't one picture with the whole stem in it. But again, he used all the glow in the dark stuff.
Mm.
It looks like the pipe is burnt. Like the bottom looks like he sat it in an ashtray
Mm-hmm.
and it charred the bottom of the bowl.
That's pretty cool. Wow. Is there anything to read on this one, Nate?
Not that was sent to me, no.
Let me summarize it. Richard was in his garage halfway through a bottle of 10 High. He read the description. Probably wrong because it's written in a New York accent, not a Kentucky accent. And then he made this pipe as he finished off the second half of the bottle.
Yeah, I was in Kentucky Lived there for a little bit. I don't remember much of an accent.
I love the glow in the dark on it though.
Another
Yeah,
one.
that's going to be like his signature. I mean, I've seen it before on Artisan Pipes, but they don't use it very often and not in the same way he does.
I love how he sunk the like accent ring into it's the accent ring's on the stem, right?
Correct. It's on the stem, not on the pipe.
I love how it like seats into the pipe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, look, there's nothing but organic in this. This is a completely organic appearing pipe. It's just, and it's well done, you know. But yeah, I see what you're saying. If you look at that main picture where it looks like he just dumped it into an ashtray and charred it.
I mean,
But
it looks cool. I think that's
it's a great,
cool.
and it has that flaming coming up smooth in the sandblast.
He says it's a candy corn church warden, and I think the way the accent ring fits in there, and you can kind of see the color change start on the shank.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
feel like that's very reminiscent of it. It looks like a piece of candy corn shoved in there.
Now I don't like it
yes.
anymore. I hate candy corn.
I hate candy corn.
I'll
I
just
love candy
say,
corn.
if you like candy corn, I don't trust your judgment.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love candy corn.
I kind of like candy corn too. And guess what? We both make peanut butter and jellies the same way.
Right? The
How
right
about
way.
how about that?
See, I was
Amazing.
right. I shouldn't trust your guys' judgment. You make peanut butter jellies the wrong way, and you like obviously something wrong with you guys.
We both like Sarah.
So do I.
See, we have that in common. Go ahead, next pipe. I mean, I don't, Kevin makes these pipes, and you just there's nothing really to say. They're all beautiful.
Yeah.
But what I
Okay.
really, really love about this is the reddish. I hate the reddish hues on pipes when it comes out, off like that Dunhill Brew Wire type reddish.
Yeah.
Uh, this going into the white and the ivory and then into the yellow of the stem, that yellow ochre sunflower type color. Absolutely perfect.
It's the same color as Mrs. Codger's hoodie she's wearing right now. I guess it's a sign I should buy it.
It's a beautiful, but I think this was a commission. Too late.
Sarah just asked for me. Maybe.
Yeah, this is really nice.
I
mean,
do the like that goldenrod, that like baby poop yellow. I don't know. That's how I describe that color. I have no idea else how to describe that. It's baby poop yellow.
it's like no, it's like yellow ochre.
Are you
Beautiful.
trying to say
Mustard
okra?
ochre. Yes.
Ochre. What is ochre?
It's part of the color palette of yellow.
I ain't civilized enough for that. I don't know. That's some New York talk there or something.
Oh, I forgot you weren't an art major.
I
No.
think you're just mispronouncing something.
Are you trying to say okra?
No.
That's so funny.
Okra is a green vegetable. You Southerners.
Southern. We all live in Indiana. We're not Southerners.
I know. And it doesn't has anything to do with collard greens either.
I like the corn shape. It kind of has that lends to the fall vibe. Got that acorn shape. I love the color, the choice of the stem with it. I think that those two go really well together. Got that leaf color in the stem. That's a better way of describing it. It looks like a golden fall leaf.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
And then he's got that acorn shape. I just think it screams fall.
It's funny with shapes. Everybody takes shapes and the shaping, the names of shapes, let's say, and turns them or uses them how they want. And, I put it this way: acorn, fig, strawberry, pear. They're all pretty
Delicious.
much the same thing. It just depends on how you want to use it for the season or for the instance. However, or whatever you want to call it, it's a beautiful piece.
I always like Kevin's blast.
He is a blast.
I was just gonna say that.
Um, Smith
You know,
House pipes.
yeah, it's funny when we're looking at these pipes and you see them, and you see any pipe online. Yeah, you look at it and we can critique them. You could look at a pipe that somebody's made and say, "Oh, I really like that." You never know what it's like unless it's in your hand. I had the opportunity to see this at Rich's house before Vegas. He brought this there, and such a
Brought
beautiful
it to his
piece.
house.
What was that?
He brought it to his house.
I saw it at his house, at the Smith house. Yes,
Okay.
the finish on this, his pictures just don't do it justice. It was so vibrant looking at it face to face is just incredible.
You know, what it
I don't
reminds
know
me
who
of.
I don't know who bought this in Vegas, but kudos to them.
It reminds me of a basted and cooked turkey skin.
And
Like the colors, the way the colors go with the grain and stuff. It just
Never had
reminds
that.
me of how cooked turkey looks when you take it out of the oven.
you didn't have dinner yet, did you?
Oh no, I did.
Oh, okay. Turkey.
No.
Mrs. Codger made smoked turkey legs tonight.
Mm.
I had baked chicken.
That's no smoked turkey leg.
No, it is not. This is a beautiful piece. You know, like I said, seeing it up close is just a tremendous difference from the picture. It just absolutely beautiful. All the fall colors when you're holding it and you're seeing it, and how vibrant the red and the black are coming through in that finish, and the sandblast. It's just it's those crunchy, crusty leaves on the ground, you know.
Mhm.
I love
And
Bruce pipes.
my
I'm
favorite
smoking one right
touch
now, actually.
is the smooth bowl without the bowl coat.
No, you didn't know, but it has bacon grease lined to the inside.
Every pipe of yours has bacon grease on the outside because you're oozing bacon grease right now from your pores.
I am. I love it. I love the blast on it. I love how the grain still pops through that contrast stain on the grain pops through even through the sandblast. It's a good look.
Yeah, it's a beautiful piece.
Mhm.
Go on, Kirk. I mean,
Wow.
what's not to say?
I mean, it's Martin freaking Romine. He's a beast. He's a master. He's a swell guy who gave
You
me
know
good from
what's
yesterday.
funny is when you look at his pipes, you know it's his. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
He has it's not like a signature shape, it's a finish. It's an aesthetic that you know is his. It's the swelled bowl with the thick walls, and then the thin shank that then comes out to a stem matching. Just beautiful. Where is it? I have it here someplace. One of my pipes from him is almost identical to it. And the odd part is you look at this and you think it's very heavy or very weight forward because of the size of the bowl. And his briar, I don't know what briar he's using, but it's so light. It's just incredible.
I
The
think
one I
he
have has a larger bowl, and it's still very clenchable.
the grain orientation on this, like he read the grain perfectly on this, and
Oh yeah.
from every angle, that grain is spectacular, and it's all flowing in the direction. Like he was very intentional in the shaping of this, or it was an incredibly happy accident.
Well, I mean, being a stonemason, pretty much the majority of his life, whether it was in carving headstones and other intricate pieces that he's done, and he's showing pictures of some of his work. You have to read the grain in that as well, not just for the design element, but for how you're going to cut it, for those weak spots. And I think that's his advantage because every piece he makes, you can see that he's looked at the grain very carefully and shaped to the grain rather than fighting it. And his choice of stem color is perfect.
He uses these like muted natural tone stems often.
Yeah.
It's just
Which really adds to it.
it's part of his signature. Honestly, they have like this stone look to them.
Yeah.
I dig it. I can see one of his pipes from a mile away.
Oh yeah. What about you, Nate? You have like 5 of his pipes, right?
No, but I love him, and I love the bird's eye around the rim. I love. I actually love the way it looks when it's upside down. That
Mhm.
picture of it just on the right there. The like you guys were saying, the flowing of the grain is spectacular. I really, really like the way he cut the end of the shank right before, like there's like a little bitty gap on the stem there, but it's like this well-rounded briar at the end of the shank there.
Well, see, now that's one of his things. He doesn't use an insert. He shapes the briar to be the insert.
Yeah, it's. I think it is so cool looking. It just flows really well. It's a very beautiful piece. It's incredible.
Yeah, he's really talented when it comes to reading a pipe and shaping it to there. And his color palette is beautiful. Like you said, muted, organic. It just gorgeous. This is
This
Robertson,
one's
right?
Yeah, this one's from Robertson Pipes. He says, "I know it isn't really a fall theme shape, but I think the colors on this pipe are very reminiscent of fall. A classically Danish style Dublin made from strawberry briar from J.T. Cook's private briar collection with a black and white ebony wood accent ring and honey SEM ebonite."
Yeah. You see the way he did the stem? That's not easy to do. And I know only a few artists and pipe makers that can do that successfully. Uh, it's beautiful. It adds an element to the pipe that changes the look from like a blunt end where then the stem comes from to an even flow of the shank. Just gorgeous. Great color stem too for that with that insert.
Yeah,
You guys have any pipes made from strawberry briar?
No.
no.
All right, so with strawberry briar, it's softer and the blast that you get from the strawberry briar is much more defined. Just can you zoom in on that? You're not going to be able to appreciate this without actually holding it in your hand.
Mhm.
But that sandblast that's in there, th- in your hand, it's tactile and smooth at the same time. It's just absolutely gorgeous. And the plateau rim on this, I don't know if there's a picture of it, but it's just a beautiful piece. But hold right there. Come back out. You could see how the combination of insert and stem goes so well together with that. This is a beautiful piece.
Yeah, they with the blast, it makes it look an awful lot like tree bark, and
Yeah.
then going with that accent ring and the stem color. I
There are a lot of people that love smooth pipes and straight grains, and that's what they collect and everything else. And I just love a beautiful sandblast. And you add a plateau rim to it, and for me, that's a home run on any pipe.
Yeah.
For me, a pipe it's organic in nature. You know what I mean? And,
Mhm.
and you're putting tobacco in it, which is organic in nature. It just seems right.
I like. I mean, I've never seen a pipe with a plateau and like a blast. Normally, only see them like on smooth pipes, and so this might be the first time I've seen a pipe that had a blast and a plateau. I like it. It
You
reminds me.
need
It
to
does
get
remind
out
me
more
of
often.
do what? It doesn't. It remind me of bark though. It kind of looks like like a lava rock or something.
Mm, I could see
Oh,
that.
because of the finish, yeah, being black. But yeah, it you know what it is? It's organic and it's elegant at the same time. The stem itself gives it that elegant look to it. It cleans it nicely. Beautiful
The
piece.
cut button.
Yeah, I don't have a Robertson pipe. We'll have to talk about that. Go on. Rafael Eguaza. Unfortunately, all of the information he sent on this is not in English. And I didn't have time to put it through a translator. But we all know he's just an artistic fool. I mean, it's just crazy. This is a beautiful piece. The lines, the structure, the blast against the smooth, just absolutely beautiful.
This has like a Pacific Northwest native vibe to it,
I can see that. Yes, now that you say it.
like a whale carved by a Pacific Northwest tribe.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I didn't even think about that, but once you
Yeah.
say that,
You know,
Yeah.
that smooth portion coming through the blast is kind of like that tribal feel to it.
Yeah.
Really
and
nice.
that bottom left picture, the way the shank goes up, really looks like a whale tail. Like,
Coming out to that point, the way it's shaped in a diamond shank.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's really cool.
You know,
I love his script that he uses for his. Yeah, I'm guessing he writes that. It's not a stamp, I don't think.
well, when he puts his signature on it. Yeah, yeah. I think he writes that in there with like a Dremel.
It always looks so nice on all of his pipes. I love
I,
that.
I, there are a few pipe makers that do that. Him, Jason Mouton does that. Um, there's another one also I can't remember that I have the same thing. And I think it's just like a really nice touch, you know? It's not a stamp, it's not the date or anything else. It's just their name.
It's a nice touch if it's done well. There are some
Yes.
pipe makers out there that do it because they don't have a stamp and it's not done well.
Yeah.
Subtracts from their work in some cases. Not the case with Raphael's piece
Yeah.
here.
He is also, well, we're working on him coming to the Chicago show. He just sent me all of his paperwork. I have to work on a visa for him because his passport is a Cuban passport. He's living in Spain, but still have to get a visa. So he may be in Chicago.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be very cool.
It was like when Tristan came. I have to learn French now as well.
Nate does too. Nate tried to carry a full blown conversation on with Tristan.
Nate was sitting there talking to him for 20 minutes before he realized he didn't understand him.
It's true. I was like, this guy's just smiling. He must
You
really
thought-
like what I'm
You
saying.
thought his wife was going to translate at some point, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she also
Didn't
didn't
understand.
speak English.
No. And the whole time, all you want to do is the secret to the French fry recipe.
This pipe plays some mind games on me because that picture in the
I know
top,
what you're going to
Looks like
say.
it's
Top
connected.
right.
the
Yeah.
top right looks like it's connected, and
Yeah.
none of the other pictures, it's clearly not.
No, yeah, it's just the way that it's angled.
It's such an optical illusion.
It's a crazy piece. You want an optical illusion? Have you ever seen Werner Marmot's optical illusion poker?
I don't think
So-
so.
He makes one. It's called it's called an optical illusion poker. So if you're looking at the pipe from the top down, you'll see the round chamber, and when you're looking at it from smoking it, it's a round chamber. However, turning it, it looks like a diamond shape because of the way that the bowl is actually shaped and where the chamber is drilled into it. It's a crazy piece. I think Smoking Pipes has a few online. You could actually see it.
Hmm.
Go ahead. Go to the next one.
Oh, special
yeah.
shout out to Jesse Culp. It's his birthday. Happy birthday, Jesse.
Oh,
Happy birthday, Jesse. And by the time Kirk gets this
birthday.
up, it'll be your next birthday. Now,
Jesse said, for September's challenge to celebrate the coming fall, I went with a classic stout billiard dressed in deep red, orange, and yellow. It will be a pleasure to run your hands over the craggy, warm, rusticated bowl as you sit and ponder the change of the seasons while having a long smoke on the porch by the fire.
I love this pipe. If did he say what the stem material was? Because I'm pretty sure it's acrylic.
He does not say.
I'm pretty sure it's an acrylic stem. If this was not an acrylic stem, or if it was a muted type yellow ebonite, I would have been all over this. I love the walls of the chamber. They're not super thin. They're not super thick. They're smooth. That color stem against that finish. Maybe it's because he took the picture with those leaves that pair with it so well. But this is just an absolutely beautiful piece. It's simple. It just is what it is. It's a functional, artful, playful pipe that'll smoke great.
I like for me, like fall feels very traditional. Like fall is like jeans and hoodies, campfires and guitars and having a beer. Like it's just very like tradition, down to earth. And so I like the take of going with a billiard on this, honestly. Like it just like if I was gonna grab a pipe to go out and sit with buddies around a campfire, I'd probably pick a billiard or a Lavat.
I'll give you that. Yes. Now imagine this with an oval shank and a saddle bit stem. A little smaller in the bowl height, maybe a pot shape.
So
I could
I've got a completely different pipe.
Well, no. All the same aesthetics, just more because I have a feeling this is too long for me as a clenchable pipe to sit out with. I see this being closer to the 6-inch range, and the chamber, you can see his hand holding it. I'm guessing that chamber is probably all of almost 2 inches, inch and 3/4. It would be too much for me to just have hang out of my mouth while sitting there doing something. So when I look for a pipe like that, like you said, fall sitting by the fire, whatever, hanging out, I want something that's more clenchable. I love the aesthetics of this. I would just need it more in uh, a configuration better for that moment for me. But if it was in this aesthetics, perfect. Part of this is not just making the pipe, but it's the aesthetics of the pipe, and the aesthetics is what brings out the challenge. And he nailed that 100% for me.
Probably gonna message him after this and just see if he still has it. I don't know if he sold it or not.
Kirk
Anybody
wants it.
knows? I do want it.
Kirk
It's a
wants a
beautiful piece.
pipe.
I am I love billiards and traditional shapes, and yeah, I like this a lot.
Well, you're just a traditional kind of guy.
Yeah. And I
You're in our Discord, are you?
No, you never sent me a link. You said that like 2 episodes ago.
Oh, really? Oh,
But I drink beer all year round. I don't know if
well, is there an
Justin's-
off season for beer?
Well, Justin said fall is for drinking beer, but I drink it year round.
I didn't say fall was for drinking beer. I said fall is a simple time. Jeans, hoodies, sitting around a fire with your buddies,
Drinking
picking a
beer.
guitar, drinking beer.
Yeah.
I'm not
As
saying
opposed to in the summer, wearing cutoff jeans, cutoff hoodie around a ice bucket, drinking beer.
okay.
Next, oh yeah.
Wow. I mean, I don't know what to say.
We call this segment of pictures
when you
the
sent
snail
me
trail.
when you sent me all these pictures and I saw this and I said some choice words. Just- and I
What were your choice words?
it was goddamn is what it was.
It's insane.
It's crazy.
I mean, look, we all know Johan from various shapes and crazy things he's done. This takes the cake.
Yeah.
This is, I mean, look, Justin, you carve, you whittle, you make birds and naked people on naked horses.
Yeah, I do that. I
What's
carve
the
lots of
type of
naked
work and
horses.
effort involved in making something like this? If you were to just sit there with a piece of wood and a knife.
Well, I don't carve anything like this, to be honest with you. I carve caricatures, which are much simpler carvings, and they take me a long time. Um, Now, I reckon if somebody sat down and did this and just worked on it, it's still several hours of carving of just the intricate details.
Okay. I was
Go
like,
back to the other one.
I wanted to see where this stem was. I mean, I see it now,
Now,
but
zoom in a little bit. All right, right there. What always got me when it came to carvings like this is you you're carving and carving, you're shaping it and you're taking away. You have the antenna coming up over there, and then at the bottom where the mouth is, I guess. Can you imagine carving all of this and then breaking one of those off?
It's agonizing, let me tell you. Every time I've spent hours on a carving to break a piece off, it's the biggest punch in the groin you will ever feel when it comes to crafting something.
And I try and I sit back and I think about him doing this. Now, if you carve the entire piece and save that little delicate end for the end of it, the antenna and the mouthpiece, and those broke off, you're like, you wasted all your time doing that. And
You
now
know how
it's
you
no
do
good.
that?
So do you start from then the head and carve those little pieces, then do everything else? But then you risk breaking them off while you're holding it, doing that.
Yeah, most carvers will get a certain, and I'm speaking for Will first because I'm not a pipe carver. Most carvers that are carving a figure will do um, the delicate stuff that's easy to break off. We'll usually get that knocked out of the way because you don't want to put all the other work into the pipe or into the piece
For
if
that
you're
to
going to
happen at
screw
the
up
end.
something that there's something happen at the end.
That's what I figured.
That's my philosophy on it. I know there are several other carvers that's their philosophy. I also can understand that some people carve a little bit on this spot, they move to a different spot, they move to a different spot, they move to a different spot, and they just kind of like keep moving the piece and they just work on the entire thing.
I got you.
And then some people are rough it out completely and then go through and put all the details on at the end.
I'd be interested to ask him how he came about doing this, where he started, where he ended. I mean, the detail on the entire thing is just incredible.
My first thought when I see something like this as a carver is where's the super glue spot? Where's the spot that you broke something off and you were so aggravated and rather than restarting it, you super glue it back on? Because pretty much every one of my pieces I've ever carved has had something super glued back on. You can't
my
see it in most of my carvings.
Absolutely beautiful.
did he say anything about did he what did he say about this pipe?
He had 4 pages on it.
Yeah.
I sent you the two because one starts and then the last bit of it is at the bottom of the other.
He said, I went for a snail. Don't ask me why. It was just the first thing that came to mind. The bottom of the snail, fallen leaf. Carving the snail went fairly okay. Took me quite a while, though. Drilling, however, not so much. I messed up the angles enough for the airway to come out in the side of the chamber, which is why the pipe is now a calabash. Says I opened the airway and inserted a brass tube all the way to the bottom of the chamber. This gives back functionality to the chamber. However, I also made another separate chamber, this time bigger. This also doubles as a stand if you want to display the snail. The pipe stands on its own as well. He says, due to the plethora of things going wrong or breaking, I didn't end up with enough time to bring the finish to the mouthpiece up to par, as well as another couple things. I am, however, pleased how it turned out in the end. Both stummels are briar, tenons are brass, and mouthpiece is ebonite.
Now, Justin, after everything we just discussed about carving, just carving something like this, now the added element of drilling a chamber and a draft hole to it.
Yeah, there's no, I mean, some people have different, I have done a few pipes. I'm not, I would not consider myself a pipe maker. So take everything I say here with a grain of salt, but I would have drilled beforehand and then carved around where I drilled.
Yeah, those are two schools of pipe making.
Yeah,
Uh,
absolutely.
One is drilling after, one is drilling before. But this is, I mean, just phenomenal. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you could see the leaf part of it from
We
the
could say it
bottom,
looks like a leaf. It also looks like something else that we can't say on the podcast.
which we did say before. Yes.
Uh,
But either way, it's
This
a
pipe really gets me going for some reason. I can't tell you why.
it does. It's the same way you guys were it's like when Nate was trying to fill his pipe while driving.
yeah, I was gonna
Hey.
ask like what is the reason behind the snail for fall, if there was one, but I guess apparently he wasn't sure why.
I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know. The fish insert that he did is very reminiscent of an acorn. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know about where you guys are, but I don't really have whole lot of snails around here in the yard and stuff. I'm not sure when they appear.
We get slugs. We don't get snails.
We do get slugs in the summer, not so much snails. It's just the art involved in this is just incredible. Look at the finish.
Mhm.
detail. That is
Yeah,
insane.
look at the well, that's like the shell, like
Yeah.
the actual skin of the snail or whatever you'd call that. It's crazy.
The slug part of it.
Yeah, yeah.
It reminds me of my iguana pipe.
Mm,
Go to the video. I think you have that coming up, right?
yeah.
There it is.
Moving awful fast for a snail.
Well,
Call him Turbo.
here's I don't think he actually has a turnstile. I think it's him turning it while holding the camera. Just very cool the way he did it.
I carve a snail now.
It is very cool.
It's just a beautiful piece. All right, go to the next one.
It's like carving an erotic snail now.
What he needs to do is go
On
to
a naked horse.
Yes.
he needs to go to the vinyl shop and buy a record player, and he can have it automatically go around in circles
It's true.
and play some music while doing it.
Or you can go on Amazon for $15 and get a turnstile.
Or there's that. But that's not near as fun as going
Yeah,
to the
you can't-
vinyl
yeah.
shop.
Yeah, but then you'll be buying vinyl. I don't understand why you guys are so into vinyl. I couldn't. I mean, I grew up with it. For you guys, it's nostalgia and retro.
The artwork
When I grew
is
up, that's
bigger.
all I had.
Okay, Dad.
It was the progression from H-Rex. ZZ. What's there to say? I think he put these two out like the very next day. I think he actually made two others on top of it. Not only did he put these pipes together that are very reminiscent of fall, the bottom one being aesthetically just a fall-ish type pipe. The top one, absolutely, I can see that with
This-
with the green stem and all.
It
But
looks like
his,
camouflage. The stem.
he also makes his pipe socks, and he did them with the leaf motif on them.
That's pretty common for him, though.
Yeah.
I love those things. I love the pipe socks he does.
There
Yeah,
another
and they'll all be in the box that he'll be sending.
I like that one a lot, actually. I like the shape. It's like a bent egg.
I knew you were gonna fall for this shape.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
100%. You know why? Because when I had my long beard, this would be the pipe I would be smoking because it's out of the way of the mustache and the beard,
Yeah,
and it doesn't
you
get in
got
your
that.
eyes while you're smoking. Because when you
Yeah,
wear
I dig it.
glasses, when that smoke gets up under your glasses,
Gets trapped.
yeah, he does great work. Both of them. Look, they're both the same shape, really.
Did I add this picture twice?
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, there was one that had the both with the wine bottle, and then each one separate.
Well, it's a different pipe sock, but that's the same
Same
pipe.
pipe.
Watch if you go to the one that has the two, he just lays the pipe on top of the other sock.
Yeah, the other one's
Now-
like dark color and a camouflage.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I know there was something with the wine bottle that he had mentioned. I don't remember what. He didn't. He sent me a voice message with a bunch of stuff, and ciao ciao.
he said it was a promo for a winemaker near him or something.
Yeah, I couldn't remember what it was. I like wine. I couldn't. The bottle was and stuff, but there are certain wines that I do enjoy with certain tobacco blends. This is nice. Yeah, I his work is simple, but at the same time, there's just something intriguing about them.
Yeah,
Well, he's the nicest guy you'll ever meet in your life. He's like
Well,
Kevin.
he's just. It's not even that he's the nicest person. He's always the happiest person.
Yeah, it's fair.
Yes. All right, go on, Kirk.
That is the last one.
No,
no,
Hmm.
it's not.
no, you got Jerry Nelson still. And I think there's
And
one other
Pathfinder.
Pathfinder.
Kirk, come on.
Oh my gosh. Jay, you sent a bunch of random.
No, I sent the first group. I sent Nada's group, and then I went back and got the other two because they were late to the game. I think Jerry finished his on the first that he posted it, which is why it wasn't in the original September batch.
Yeah, so did
Qualified,
Pathfinder.
Jerry. You're disqualified from this nothing to happen in this club thing.
Well, I would say that, and I probably could have used that, except for the fact that he's on a 3-hour time difference. I think he beat the curve.
So what's that? What's the last one?
Jerry and Pathfinder.
Yeah, Austin from Pathfinder Pipes.
So I
Yeah.
only have Nelson. Yeah, Jerry. I don't think you sent me
Kirk, gee.
Pathfinder. I'm going back through. Hang on a sec.
I don't think he did either. I'm looking at the Instagram post.
I would look, but I just don't have my
You're
my
cheaters.
glasses.
I'd
Yeah,
love- I'm really lazy.
I can't see them. I
mean,
can't see anything.
Send it to me real quick. I can get it up. I'll have to
Oh, it's
edit.
on there.
We can edit
Oh,
some of
that-
this
Which one?
You want me to-
Pathfinders?
Pathfinder.
You want me to do Instagram or you want me to text it?
Yeah, Instagram.
Yeah, because I can't see it.
I got you. Just Nate over here saving the day again.
Fifth inning, 3-0 Met Yankees. This is good. This is good.
Did you get that, Kirky?
Subway Series. We're cheering for a Subway Series here at my house too, because Subway Series was a big deal for me when I was a kid, and my 14-year-old daughter's a diehard baseball fan. So I want her to experience a Subway Series.
Oh, yeah. Because I can't tell you the next time it'll ever happen. for a World
That's
Series.
a
I mean, we have
perennial
Subway Series.
garbage.
We have a Subway Series every season, but you see Pete Rose died. That was like out of the blue.
That was
Like a month ago.
old news,
I
dude.
know. Yeah, I know. Well, but we haven't really talked. That was. I pulled out as soon as I saw that pop up. I went downstairs. I pulled out my Pete Rose book of cards and took a picture.
I'll bite my tongue on Pete Rose.
I can't believe how many baseball cards. There's like Hank Aaron's rookie cards in there. Found a whole bunch. Mickey Mantle, Harmon
Nice.
Killebrew, Thurman Munson before the plane, and one after. No, I'm kidding.
You know, in the UK, Subway can't call their bread bread anymore.
What was that?
Your insert.
Subway. You guys were talking about Subway series in the
Right.
UK.
Oh, Subway,
rest-
the hero, the sandwich place.
Yeah, they can't call it bread anymore.
Why?
It's too high in glucose. It's technically not bread according to UK standards. It's cake.
Wow.
I just wanted to chime in for the Subway thing because I don't know what you guys are talking about.
New York
Baseball.
Mets and New York Yankees, if they face in the World Series.
Whenever the Yankees and the Mets played against each other, they call it a Subway Series because basically you can take the subway to either stadium, and they're both in the city.
Right on. That makes sense, I guess.
And they haven't played in the World Series against each other since the year 2000. That was the year Y2K was supposed to happen, Nate.
I used to have a shirt that said Y2K, who's ready, who's toast.
There's a machine that was so old at one of my shops I used to work at. It said Y2K pass.
How
All
old were
right.
you guys? How old were you guys?
I just turned 34.
No. Oh, so Y2K was like nothing for you guys.
I was afraid my Nintendo wasn't going to work.
Uh-huh. I remember midnight, the ball dropping, and then hurrying up and hopping on the computer systems to make sure everything was up and running.
I was playing Nintendo 64 at a friend's
Everything
house,
was supposed to shut down.
and I was waiting for it. I was like playing, and I was waiting for it to shut
Banks,
down. And it
computers,
didn't.
everything. Everything was supposed to be the end of the world as we knew it. Nothing happened.
Little did we know they missed a 20 in there. It was going to be 2020 when the end of the world happened.
Yeah, very good. All right. You want to read it up, Nate?
Oh, yeah. So this is from Nelson Pipes. He says, "Hey, all. I tried to incorporate the change from summer to fall, not in colors, but sort of the way that it means to me. And that is the changing of temperature, which always means my changing tobaccos. Lately, over the last couple of years, I like to change it up a bit from using briar to maybe some olive wood, or in this case, morta. Using this platform, using this platform's ideals of trying different things, I've wanted to try blasting morta, and at the customer's request, to also blast the bamboo, also something I've not done previously. Since not going with fall colors, I also went with the request of a deep blue bakelite stem, which leads me to the name of this Brody. I give you the bruiser. Thanks and enjoy."
I love Jerry. First of all, he's just a great guy. For so many reasons. He's just a phenomenal guy.
I thought the
Blasting
weird.
mortar is not easy. What was that?
I thought the bamboo looked weird at first, and it wasn't until he said that.
That was blasted?
Yeah, I was like, why did the bamboo
Zo-
look weird?
Zoom into that bottom left.
I can't. It's not letting me. I don't know what's going on.
Okay, don't zoom into the bottom left.
I don't. I don't know if it's because I added these real quick to like a separate folder and just opened it, and maybe the other one's still open. I don't know.
Are we still taking
It,
audition
like,
for a new host?
the bamboo weirdly looks like a knitted sweater.
You look like a knitted sweater.
Not the first time I've heard that.
Well, it's funny too because his daughter made me crocheted me a bunch of hats, beanies, and stuff.
Kirk, what are you doing?
I'm just trying to see if I can zoom in some way, but no. Sorry.
Okay. I have seen bamboo blasted before, to give it that aging type appearance with the striations. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Uh, you can see the striations on this without being close up or without my cheaters. You really can't uh, tell how it is. I've also seen it where people have smoothed out the knuckles and given a more flat appearance. Uh, I don't see that on this in terms of the striations being too deep or discolored. Uh, so I really can't tell. But I just love the piece itself, not just because of the blue stem,
And the
which
bamboo.
blue bakelite is just gorgeous. Look at the way that the light gleams off of that in the top right.
Mm-hmm.
But you pair it with bamboo and it just adds that much more. Mortar, by the way, is not easy to blast. I mean, you're talking 1,000-year-old piece of bog oak that's very tough, very dense, and can split very easily. This is not just a great looking piece. Engineering wise, it wasn't easy to do. He did a nice job on it.
I wish I could zoom in because I wanted to zoom in on the blasted bamboo.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Some
Sharp
say it
dog.
looks reminiscent of a knitted sweater.
Oh, did I just do that?
Yeah.
There we go. Can you guys see that zoomed in, or is that just on mine?
Looks
That's
like
just
yours, Jay.
Oh, I see it zoomed in.
How does
Now I can see
how
it.
does technology work?
Wow.
I didn't know my phone. Can you guys see that?
Wow, this is like
I
this
just looked
Google
at the
machine is
computer. Did you
nice.
guys see? I got closer enough to see it. Did you guys see that? What I saw?
Now I'm all zoomed in. Now I can see this nicely. Yes, you can see the crocheting of it kind of in
Yeah,
there.
right?
That is crazy.
Right? I told you it looks like a knitted sweater. You didn't believe me, but it does.
Well, I didn't say I didn't believe you. I said I couldn't see it because I'm blind. It's really nice.
It's a sweater.
It's sweater weather. There you go.
Weather.
I don't know what the hell just happened now.
I was trying to see if I could zoom in like on another picture,
Kirk.
but apparently it's all messed up.
Kirk, yeah. Don't do that again.
Mike looking to join another podcast, Jay.
Don't do that again. I like the texturing in that. It's different. You know what it reminds me of if you look at it closely, zoomed in, like I did just now? Almost like when you look at a meerschaum that has the lattice type. That's what it's like.
I wouldn't know because I don't smoke meerschaum pipes.
Well, you guys, I know,
In
have
case
a
Ben in
whole
Washington is
box
watching.
of
I don't.
meerschaum pipes that you're just hiding away, that you choose not to show, but that's okay. No, I like this, and the fact that the knitting type appearance and the blasting of the bamboo pairs very well with the mortar, because it looks like he has the same finish coming through the bottom shank
You know,
before
they
it
make
hits the hole.
yarn. They make yarn out of bamboo. Jerry
They-
did say that he didn't crochet this.
Oh, they have shirts. They make clothes out of bamboo. I have bamboo t-shirts.
He very likely could have sandblasted the bamboo, made yarn out of it,
Yeah.
and knitted this piece of bamboo like Nate seems to
Some
do.
of my most comfortable underwear is made of bamboo. Actually, Nate, I sent you the link for them.
It's good stuff.
Yes, it is. We have any more after this?
Yep.
Here we
Last
go.
one. Sorry for being late, guys. But here is my submission. Bent brandy with a briar stumble. The bowl has a contrast blast, and the shank I left smooth. oxhorn accent, and ebonite stem. I chose this shape because I always enjoyed drinking brandy old-fashioned sweet during the fall months. I don't know, maybe it's a Wisconsin thing? I tried to keep the color scheme to match the fall colors as well.
You know what's a Wisconsin theme is that backdrop that he has going on there.
Yeah, that's for sure. Looks like a grandma's couch.
Jeez, Austin.
Your grandma had a couch. We were so poor. I didn't even have a grandma. I like this. There's something about browns. I have pipes that are black. I have pipes that are lighter in color. I have pipes that have that reddish hue to it. There's something about a really deep, rich brown that I just love. Is
Yeah,
there
it's
insert?
nice.
What's the insert here? I can't tell.
He said that it is oxhorn accent piece. Oxhorn.
Yeah, but is there a metal piece after it in between the briar and the stem?
I don't know. Zoom in, Jay. Tell us if it is. We'll
I
see
I am zoomed
here
in, and
too.
I can only see the white line of it.
I don't believe so. I think that's just part of the
Yeah.
ox horn.
All right.
I dig this pipe. This is the first thing that came to mind. Maybe it's because messaging in the backdrop, but like my first thought was that with this pipe was I could smoke this pipe while hunting.
Hunting
I
duck
think what
specifically.
whooping cranes? Are those the pheasant? Here we go. I love pheasant.
Like there's a wood
there's
duck
even
picture, maybe.
Say it
there's
again.
even a guy holding a gun.
Yeah, right here.
You can't say that word. This is gonna be on YouTube, Nate.
It looks just like Justin.
Guy?
No, Gun.
You can't say
Oh,
that.
No, you have to call them different things on YouTube.
Great. Now
Gat.
we're canceled.
And you get your gat.
Your piece. I love this thing, dude. I don't know. Like this pipe
Oh,
isn't like there's nothing that like is screaming about this pipe.
but that's exactly it. I know you can say yes. There's nothing that screams, "Oh my God, look at this!" It's just a very pretty functional pipe.
Hmm.
It's handsome.
I love this shape. You look at that picture in the bottom left. That's what a pipe should look like. That's what a pipe outdoors looks like.
Yeah,
That's a pretty piece.
none of the other ones we just saw. Just this one.
No, all the ones we just saw. The snail too belongs outside.
I really like the way the stem is tapered towards the shank. Like if you look at the bottom right picture, it kind of looks like it flares out a little bit.
Yeah.
It looks like it'd be very comfortable to clinch this pipe.
I just noticed kind of asymmetrical in that the middle bottom.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I see what you're saying.
Oh, that duck in the
What's funny,
background is green.
what's very hard for new pipe makers to get is exactly what he has here. When it's sitting upside down, the chamber down, that it lays flat with the stem,
Hmm.
Mhm.
on a nice horizon. Yeah, it's a nice piece.
I like
Look,
the
it looks comfortable.
I like the finish contrast between the bowl and the shank. Looks like the
Yeah.
shank is smooth and the bowl is either rusticated or sandblasted. I can't quite tell.
Yeah.
It's
That's
blasted.
nice.
Is it blasted?
It's
This
blasted,
pipe,
yeah.
this pipe is all you, Justin. I can't believe you didn't even call him on it.
If I'm being honest, this is the first time I've seen it.
You're not in the Discord.
I am.
Okay. This is nice. Yeah, I could definitely see you with this pipe. Shotgun, sitting in the reeds, waiting to pounce.
There's no pouncing. I don't pounce. I bounce. I
With,
don't.
with all that weight you lost, you'll be pouncing like a tigger soon enough.
I will tell you, I fit into waders for the first time in like 10 years yesterday.
Really?
Yeah, I went and got a new pair of waders and I was like, holy, and they weren't even like big man size. They were just normal waders. And I was like, this is what it feels like to be normal.
Let me tell you. And how did it feel?
Amazing.
Right?
Yeah, so now I got to buy a new pipe just for duck
For your
hunting.
waders. Yeah. You have to buy a pipe to match your waders.
Yes. A wader pipe.
A wader pipe.
Just keep in the front pouch of my waders.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No,
It's almost like a necessity.
Sarah's shaking her head in agreement right now. She said,
Of course she is. Because what's there not to agree with? It makes perfect sense.
exactly.
To me, it does.
It needs to go on my duck call lanyard is what I need to have happen.
Oh. You
Yeah.
get a pipe with a deep enough shank, you drill a hole in there, stick a thing in, put on a zinger.
A zinger.
Yeah, you know what a zinger is?
Jay, I know that the challenge has already started, but you should just change it right in the middle of the month. Make it a duck hunting theme challenge for October.
You know, I thought about doing for November pipe and turkey calls.
Don't do turkeys, do ducks. Do that for November. That's fine.
I
And
just said November.
Yeah.
You know, people had asked, and I know Mike brought it up, the fact that I didn't do a Halloween themed pipe, because, we're in October. And I had my reasoning for not wanting to do a Halloween themed pipe because it's been done, and there's no reason to copy what's already done. The whole idea is to be original. But you have to remember, in order to do a Halloween themed pipe, it would have had to have been the challenge for September going into October.
It's true.
So you're always a month ahead of what has to happen.
Well, I think you need to go with the duck hunting theme because Nate is going to join me in the duck blind this year.
That's right.
And do
I'm gonna
what?
cook some
Close his
bacon.
eyes?
He's going to fetch
You're
up.
you're gonna teach him to go and retrieve the ducks, is what you're
Exactly.
gonna do.
He's a good boy.
I'm supposed to be cooking bacon and eggs on an open fire in a cast iron pan. We had talked about that.
Well, you have to work your way up, buddy, because the last two seasons,
Oh, you have to work your way up to being the cook.
you start out as a retriever. Once you learn how to fetch, then we can talk about you making bacon. But
3-2.
uh-oh. The Guardians with the stupidest name in baseball are making a comeback, Jay.
Oh, let me tell you, how do they change from the Cleveland Indians to the Guardians? I don't understand. I understand. Look, if I lived on a reservation, then maybe I would be offended. But how do you take something that's been the way it has been for so long?
You wouldn't be offended if you lived on a reservation.
I know I wouldn't.
Kirk's biting his tongue. I'm gonna bite my tongue too.
What? Why, you live on a reservation?
No.
Are you offended?
I'm just not gonna light a fire on a podcast that's gonna be on YouTube.
No, I mean, listen, it is what it is.
You want to talk about who you're voting for too, Jay? Let's talk.
I never talk politics. And to be honest with you, I live in New York. It doesn't matter who you vote for.
Well,
So I got my script.
Vote doesn't
I
count.
made a script today. I don't know if you noticed. Nate.
Script.
Nate, please read the challenge for October.
Oh,
You did good, Kirk. Anytime.
So,
I gotta find it. I gotta find it
Oh.
here.
so what's everyone
Well.
smoking? Okay.
this is a high value production here. Let me tell you this.
No one told me I was reading October.
You
only just did
every freaking month.
episode.
You have to work your way up to cooking First, you have to read.
Well, October is here, and we all know what that means.
Duck hunting.
Jewish New Year. We all knew that. Halloween, World Animal Welfare Day, World Cotton Day, and of course, we can't forget Indian Air Force Day on October 8th.
It's a holiday.
What is this?
Hence
Challenge
the reservation
holidays?
conversation. Oh, remember, these are different Indians.
Yeah, but October 30th is World Thrift Day.
Yeah.
With that in mind, a pipe made with only utilizing scrap materials on hand. No new materials whatsoever. From cutoff blocks, leftover rods, bits of adornment that may be around, make a church warden with 3 or more rod cuts you have lying around or tossed in the garbage. So, based on the materials you can pick up off the floor, any shape, any size, any aesthetic, but only made with scraps. It could be easy, it could prove difficult, but it will absolutely be fun.
I'm excited to see what Richard is going to make.
That's
Yeah,
what Richard makes every month is a pipe just from stuff he found around his garage. What are you talking about?
I thought
It's
it
a
would be
challenge for him. It's every month.
Yeah, well, I thought it would be interesting to see what can look. These guys are making pipes all the time. You know what I mean? I know when I tie flies, I have a material basket in front of my vise, and as I cut and trim and everything else or whatever it is, I put it in there. And then every once in a while, just like the leftover little bits of tobacco that you put in a giant jar to mix up later, or the bourbons, the little bits that you pour into one big giant thing later. You look through the basket to see what it is that you can figure out from it. Sometimes I find hooks that I dropped in there too by mistake. I gotta use barbless. So it would be fun to see what pieces they have lying around that they can actually use to put together to make something different. Doesn't matter the aesthetics, doesn't matter the color scheme, doesn't matter any shape. Just use the materials that you've got lying around from other pipes.
I foresee a lot of, hey, I just found this scrap block of briar just laying in my garage.
Well, that was easy. He has a box of half done pipes that he tossed because he, didn't like the way they began or ended or didn't like him in the middle and tossed them in a box.
I think it's cool. I'm very looking forward to seeing what comes out of this. I think it's going to be interesting.
But yeah. And look, and this isn't for, the Uber collector to say, oh, well, this is for fun. And making something for fun once in a while is a good thing. Yeah, look, it's like you play baseball, you play football, whatever it is, you go out there, you're making, X millions. Every once in a while, you got to go out in the field just to remember it's a game, and that's
Yeah.
what this is. Just have fun. So it should be pretty odd, I hope, the things that they come up with, because that's what it should be. Well, good. Kirk, did you record?
I hope so.
Probably should have asked that 4 hours ago, but
Yeah, let me bring up my script to see what else. Blah blah blah. Anybody else got anything?
No.
Okay. Thank you and good night.